Okay. Okay, I've managed to get over losing a piece of gum on the ship, because I still have, like, 23 pieces of it. Fine. Let's, let's just figure out what's going on here.
Okay, I'm gonna need some real answers now. What exactly is going on here? What's wrong with these people?
They are in deep meditation. If you open your mind and let yourself hear the whispers, there will be no mysteries in life you cannot solve. Speak to them yourself if you want solutions.
What are these little creatures I keep seeing?
They are not creatures. They are people, older than any of us, living in what nature still exists around us.
Isaac Davner's still alive, isn't he? The lock on the factory door. He didn't build it himself. You put it there to keep him in. Or to keep people out. Why?
He has been spoken to. It is actually a great honor to have been chosen.
Chosen for what?
That is not for us to ask.
I'm gonna need a second to question these people.
Do what you must.
Okay. So each one of these three people has a puzzle for us. I'm going to deal with Bjorn last. His puzzle. Ooh boy, his puzzle.
All we can do is open our minds. The language of the hidden ones is expressed in puzzles.
This is a puzzle you only screw up in if you are stupid and dumb. And try to overcomplicate things. It is a riddle. It's a blind Lars Jorgenson's mother knitted him 25 pairs of socks, 5 striped, 5 plaid, 5 spotted, 5 argyle, and 5 with owls playing fiddle. Being a teenager, Lars failed to pair his socks and threw them randomly in his drawer. How many socks must Lars pull out before he can be absolutely certain he's holding at least one matching pair? There are 4 possible answers. I'm gonna give you guys 5 seconds. This is probably one you can figure out yourself. Ready? Go. Okay, it is really easy to be a stupid thicky pants and just think this is some overcomplicated puzzle you have to solve using like probabilities and writing out fractions on a piece of note paper if your name happens to be Finch. But instead, there's actually a sensible way to get this puzzle figured out. A lot of these numbers aren't very important. All you need to know is that there are 5 different kinds of socks: striped, plaid, spotted, argyle, and owls. So the idea here is if Lars were to pull out 2 socks completely at random, there's no real way he couldn't be certain he didn't just pull out 2 different socks. If he pulled out a 3rd sock, it might match the other 2, or it might not. Same thing with a 4th, or even a 5th. If he pulls out 5 socks altogether, there is a possible, though unlikely, chance that he's pulled out one of every single kind of sock he owns. But if he pulls out a 6th sock after that, then by definition he's got one of every sock in his hands. So it has to match at least one of them. The answer to this one is 6. Please note that I may or may not have been telling the truth about trying to solve this with complex math. I'm smart.
That's a piece of the machine locking the factory. Where did you get that?
So let's talk to this guy. Something about him reminds me of like 70s rock bands.
You see them, don't you? Listen to their words. their riddles.
This is mostly just because he looks like somebody's dad. This is actually kind of a harder puzzle. The idea here is you have a bunch of fish that have to get to the ocean, I guess. Every time they find a split in the river, they will split half and half and go down each individual side. Unless they're an odd number, in which case they will just stop. There are two swamps. There's a swamp and a marsh that have marmots in them, but you don't know which one is which. In one of those marshes, they will eat all the fish that pass through the area. The key here is to finagle it so that of these fish we have right here, 16 get through here. Sounds easy? Well, give you 5 seconds to figure out if you can. It's that easy. Ready? Starting now. Okay, so one part of this puzzle is actually really easy to solve. You have 3 fish here. Obviously, they can't split anywhere. They have to go down towards the one section of the river where they have a straight shot. Because if they hit a split, they'll just stop in their tracks and have no idea what to do. The rest of this puzzle is a little more difficult because we don't know which swamp contains the marmots. The best way to do this is to make sure that the same number of fish pass through both the swamp and the marsh at the same time. That's the best way to ensure that you get your 16. And the best arrangement for that is 6. The way this eventually works is like these fish will split. One will go here. One will go here. 4 will go here. Another 4. Like in these 2 swamps, 5 fish will somehow find their way into both the swamp and the marsh. 21 fish will come out here. 5 will get eaten, and then means there'll be 16 left. You can feel free to check my math. In the meantime, it's going off to Washington. This puzzle's kind of like a wear down.
That's it. Only one more piece.
These are actually like 3 of the most difficult puzzles in the game, and they're right on top of each other. But this one right here. Actually, you know what?
I'm looking at a photograph of the Brotherhood. Isaac and Mike Lobb seem to be part of this group, and they seem to be friends. Interesting.
That was important. You needed to know that. Also, there's no gum. No gum in this. Okay, fine. Let's talk to this guy.
Rocks, trees, animals. Do you ever just stop and watch the birds, Mr. Tethers? A quorum of crows congregating in rows on a line meant for clothes is an omen of woes.
Fuck this puzzle. You got a collection of photographs here that show a clothesline with a bunch of crows hanging out on them. You're supposed to find a way to get these pictures and kind of overlap them in such a way that you can figure out the minimum number of crows that could be hanging out on this clothesline. I'll give you 5 seconds if you feel like you want to do it. I'm just telling you, just this puzzle. I have no idea. 5 seconds. 5 seconds starts now. I don't know what it is about this puzzle. I don't know why I can't wrap my head around it. The first time I played through this game, I got so frustrated with it, I just wound up brute forcing answers. I wound up putting in like $500,000 for just trying to brute force the answer to this puzzle, because I could almost figure it out, but it's like you have to take these pictures and like in your head just mush them together. Unless it appeals to some part of the brain I can't understand. Eventually I just looked at like later playthroughs. I just kind of looked it up because there was absolutely no way. Like I tried to throw myself at this multiple times and I just can't. The answer is 5. Fuck this puzzle. I know someone is going to look at that puzzle and be like, it's easy, I can do it. Well, you clearly have, you have a stronger whatever that part of the brain is than I do.
That's all of the pieces. Now I just need to reassemble them.
You grabbed one piece for each puzzle solved, and then just grab the rest. And here we have yet another lock everything into place jigsaw puzzle. This is a thing.
Damn it! Where are you, you little thief?
Yeah. Completely boring, middle of the road, normal puzzle. Let's solve it. It's another log bouncy puzzle. And it's a puzzle I might have to cut out for the footage of. Okay. So they start you off with a couple of logs, but they also give you a bank of logs. And the idea is you have to find some way to bounce yourself around, collect every single shard here, and make it to the mystery spot on the end of the map. You pretty much know the drill at this point. You guys want to give it a shot? You can start right about now. Okay. First things first, right off the bat, this log right here. Oh, it's a red herring. Second red herring they threw in the game. No, we don't need it. Instead, we're going to form a gas diamond. I think I have it. Let me just check the track here. Oop. Oop. That looks good. Good. We have formed the Great Log Diamond. And like I said, this one right here, you don't need it. If you tried to use that in a solution to your puzzle, you were cleverly misdirected. And I understand. I like to imagine that the $75,000 here was entirely spent on gas for literally driving a snowmobile around in circles. Pulling donuts in the snow, picking up gear pieces. You could do this and more if you joined the FBI.
Gotcha. One of those things stole the last piece I need to get into the factory. Looks like it's headed toward the lake. Bjorn's people may try to protect it. I'm not sure. Either way, I'm getting that piece back.